And we're live. We're live. We're live. What an epic moment when it happens. Welcome, welcome to the space, everyone. We're about to have fun because that is the goal. I'm Mystic Maya for those who are new to my face and my energy. And I just had this inkling to come on here and riff. Okay, and it's going to be fun because I already pulled a card, so I kind of understand the theme, which we'll get into. But on a personal level, I am really embodying self trust, and that feels like the theme for July. Yesterday, I also did a self trust meditation. And that was incredible. It was the first time I went live on Instagram, right? Like or on YouTube. I feel like on Instagram, it's kind of not new to me, but here it feels very new. And it opened a portal for me. So I want to bring you guys into this beautiful sacred portal and be a vessel for truth, for inspiration, for the energy of groundation, which technically is a reggae band, but it's also one of our words, groundation, grounding, and the element of nation. You are your own nation. All right, where do we even begin? I guess I would love to know how you're feeling. If you feel called to share how you're feeling, I would love to know. I feel called to take a moment and just breathe. All right. So, the card that we pulled today, I have The Universe Has Your Back deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. And I pulled a card just to like ground myself as teacher, right? Even though the teacher is always the student, but there's always that feeling before you go live where your heart's fluttering and you're like, can I do this, right? And I want to relate that to you, my friend, because maybe you're in a place in your life where you're like, I know I need to get out of my comfort zone. And I'm here to reflect to you, you can do it with your voice trembling and that butterfly feeling in your heart space, right? The fluttering. I don't know, but you do. You know. We know. And the card that came out was, or is, present tense, y'all. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Wow, let's just say that one more time. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Wow, that lands so just potently because, we're talking about self-trust, right? And when I lean into, let me bring you down here. We're like totally chit-chatting here. When I lean into self-trust, I feel like there was an old version of me that really felt like self-trust was about perfection, right? Like being the expert in some way. Like you can't really step up to the plate until you know everything. But that was a place of conditioning for sure, but also in a lack of self-trust in myself and the universe, a higher power, in the element of co-creation. Right? Frequency is everything. And there's so many different nuances, different octaves of frequency. And what I love about frequency is you can't judge it. It is what it is. You're either at a high frequency or a low frequency or something in between, but you decide that frequency. And it's not good nor bad. It simply is in alignment or out of alignment, bringing you value or teaching you a lesson, right? And that's the beauty of life in general. We live in polarity, in duality. Life is not meant to be a straight line, even though we are taught that, right? It's this or that. But what if it's actually so much more? What happens if there is a midpoint? And that is the creme de la creme of your truth, your version of truth, is you having the audacity to trust yourself enough to catch yourself as you take the leap. And that's what I'm doing here with you today. Catching myself in midair, trusting that this live moment, right, which we have one beautiful soul, which isn't just one beautiful soul. This soul who's here is representing the collective, the millions, like you and I. We are representing the collective energy. I often like to say the one equals the many. The one is the many. You're never running on empty when you can see the one as the million. And sometimes we can get so discouraged by just the one, but really the one is everything. And maybe that's something that someone needs to hear today. Maybe you're pouring your energy into something and you're like, it's not working. There's only one person, but I'm here to tell you it's working. It's working. You know why? Because you are showing up. And most people just give up too quickly because only one person show up or even zero. But the thing is that we have to remember is we're showing up for a mission, right? For a grand mission, but we're also showing up for the little us, the little you, the little me, and that is enough. If we can just show up and make our inner child happy, damn, damn, we made it. Don't you think? I think so. Man, the things I do just to make little Maya happy, right? Which, by the way, I didn't even introduce myself. So I'm going to drink a sip of coffee at 6:17 p.m. Maybe that's a significant number for someone, 6:17. I'm a big coffee drinker. If you are too, let me know down below how you like to drink your coffee. I'm so curious because, like, you get to know someone with their coffee order. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to burn some Palo Santo. Palo Santo. I like to say Palo Santo. It's funny once. Oh my gosh. There's this one time I was so confident about it too. I was like, I'm burning Palo Alto. All right. So coming back to the card of the day, right? Oh, wait, I was going to introduce myself. So I'm Mystic Maya. I'm a meditation guide and Reiki master. And I'm here to be a source of light, inspiration, and above all, a safe space for you to do just self-love work, self-discovery work for you to say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. If you walk out of this time together, right, and you just feel more alive, more you, I will feel so happy, truly, because inspiration, creativity, love, light, it is contagious. And imagine if we just spread more love and light and compassion versus doubt and lack mentality and worry. And don't get me wrong, sometimes, life hits us with a big bang and we go into sadness and we go into doubt and we go into overwhelm. That's a part of the human experience, right? If we didn't feel those lower emotions, we wouldn't be alive. So it's not about judging the fact that you go into a state of fear, but allowing it to be and trying not to define yourself as that, you know, lower octave emotion, but just, hugging yourself in compassion that yes, you are there right here, right now, but with choice, with a decision, you can go a step higher and a step higher, an octave higher, until you're in that element of unconditional love. And actually, I will share that I have my little green binder here, which is, or folder. This is my activation Bible. I need to update this. It says activation wisdom, which is true. But what I created here is just topics that I can open to and riff on with you, because that's what I want to do more of. Is I want to sit here with you at a specific time, which we'll get to. I'm not really sure what that is. Honestly, if I'm in California, by the way, so Pacific Coast time. I'm curious if there's a time you want to vote on. You can comment it down below. I would love to know. But in general, this Bible, this activation Bible, maybe I shouldn't call it a Bible, I don't know, but it's just what came through. But it has a page of what we're talking about, which is the levels of consciousness, right? I've been talking about the frequency octaves, right? So I want to show you this real quick. And you can also Google this, of course. Whoops, right? I'm just trying to get this right. Okay. So the highest octave is, unconditional love and enlightenment, pure consciousness. And then the lowest is despair. Okay? So what matters is not the fact that we, bounce around between these two pillars, right? That's human. What matters is noticing, seeking the lesson and the blessing both at the same time, which is actually, you know, is the process in itself. Because when adversity happens, you want to be able to sit in the raw emotion of this sucks, right? Because if you don't, then you're also wearing a mask to your truth. And the whole point, I feel like, of being super authentic is being honest with your emotions in the live moment. Oftentimes, when we don't do that, that's when disease can happen, dis-ease, right? Because it is mind, body, and soul, emotions, mental, spiritual, physical, right? So there needs to be a balance and a harmony. So finding that radical point of honesty within your emotional state is everything. Because the moment that you can pinpoint what you're really feeling, that's where the choice happens. That's where you can be like, okay, I'm feeling fearful because X, Y, and Z. I'm going to let myself be here for 24 hours if I need to, a week if I need to, whatever feels good to you. The shorter, the better, just in the state of being able to change your reality, right? Because we create a reality based on our frequency. So if something shitty happened and it is in your control in the sense, like that's the thing. There's so much that's in your control. What is in your control is your energy, right? And sometimes you just keeping a high caliber, a high vibration allows whatever circumstance that you're going through to meet you somehow, some way up at where you're at. You don't need to know the how, but just your belief in that frequency and holding that frequency is everything. And yes, it is easier said than done, for sure, hands down, right? But that's a part of the human experience. Being able to experience this wave of duality and choice, infinite choice. Joe Dispenza talks about this so much. Change your energy, change your life. So coming back to my example, I was saying, like, if you're in a vibration of fear, it's like, okay, notice it. Allow yourself to be there. Give yourself some sort of container because you are human. You don't want to bypass the fear. You want to sit in it for a second and feel it so then you can alchemize it, right? So let's say you need 24 hours, 48 hours to just kick and scream and just be in a fearful state. That's fine. But after that, container you gave yourself, you go for the next best feeling. And let's see what it is. Of course, it's subjective, right? Whatever it is for you, like what is the next emotion from fear for you? I'm curious. If you already know off the top of your head, go ahead and drop it in the chat. But based on this, the next best emotion, right? After fear and anxiety is desire and craving, right? So I see that as curiosity for solutions, like just going to the next octave to see, okay, problem. Now, how do I solve it? What's the next, step I can take that is in my control, which is my energy? How can I be more curious to a positive solution? So hopefully that helps. That's kind of what came up today. All right, so we're going to close, and we're going to close with just a few deep breaths to ground everything. And the most important thing in our time together is for you to take what you need and leave behind what you don't. That's the most important thing, because we talked about self-trust, and self-trust is in alignment with discernment and figuring out what is yours and what isn't, and knowing how to let it go. And also let in the inspiration, let go anything that just doesn't serve you right now, isn't in alignment. So just taking a moment, if you can, close your eyes and just listen to my voice as a guide. And just tuning into your breath, bringing your hands to your heart space, sitting crisscross applesauce or laying down, whatever you decide. And just taking this moment to close your eyes and fully become present. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. See if you can imagine yourself really becoming weightless, like you're sitting on a cloud. As you breathe in and breathe out. And on your next inhale, welcome in this element of I am worthy of receiving. And when you exhale, I am worthy of releasing what no longer serves me. Breathing in curiosity, breathing out surrender, alchemy. Breathing in love, breathing out fear. And just imagine the base of your spine rooted into the earth, knowing that you're always guided for, you are safe, you know more than you give yourself credit for. So really allow yourself to sink into your infinite wisdom as you feel into your body, maybe bringing your hands to your shoulders and just tapping a little bit. Tell your body, I feel you, I see you, I know. And just allowing yourself to nurture yourself and hold yourself. And take this time to just give yourself a hug, wrapping your hands around you. And really get cozy with this hug. And maybe even rock side to side. And tell yourself, I trust you. I trust myself. I trust myself. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. I am in the element of co-creation. I create my reality. It is safe for me to feel what is real for me. Taking another deep breath, coming back to your center, unwrapping that hug, maybe just doing a little shimmy and shake, opening the heart chakra by rolling your shoulders back. Breathing in and breathing out. Shaking the neck, the head, and just feeling your body. Envisioning yourself full of light. Knowing that whatever circumstance is here, you've got this. You've got this. You have this. It's done. Your prayers are answered. You're in the solution. Opening your eyes. Beautiful. And just taking this time to bring movement to the hands. Maybe if you can, if you have that extra moment for yourself, go journal a little bit. Journal some gratitudes of the day, wherever this is meeting you. 5 things you're grateful for, because gratitude really is what gets us to the next octave of unconditional love, right? If we're down here in fear, gratitude is the portal the elevator, right? That gets us higher and higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Yes. All right. Before we close, I do want to share a beautiful way that we can continue to hold each other. I have a Telegram group. If you're not on Telegram, you should. It's like WhatsApp, but way better because your number is basically hidden. So there's this element of what's the word I want? Protection comes up, but it's also just a really fun way to connect with people, but just know that you are safe and protected and shielded. Your number, no one will see your number. But you can find like-minded individuals, and that is what the goal is here. So if you feel like you want to connect deeper, join the group. I call it the Higher Self Spiral. The link is down below, and if it's not there, even though it will be there, you can also find it on my homepage. I would love to have you come introduce yourself. And what's so special about the Higher Self Spiral group is that once a week, I'll send either an activation through a voice note or a meditation. And they're potent. They are potent. I know with all my being that my voice heals. Just like you know that, I know that too. So come be held because you don't have to do everything alone. You can be supported, you can be cheered on. That sounds funny, but you're worthy of being cheered for. So come into this sacred space and be held. And I would love to meet you and have your energy there and grow together and continue being the light, right? So, yeah, I'll see you in the group. And I think that's it for today's message. I'm going to be doing these lives every single day. Maybe I'll take Sunday off. I don't know yet. Let's see. This is all new, but I'm feeling like to really hold myself accountable for a higher purpose and show up every single day and do these live messages and just show up and face the fear and do it anyway so we can grow together. I feel like I have pen on me. So, yeah, okay. The light in me sees the light in you. I love you. Truly, I'm so proud of you. You got this. All right, see you in the next message. Bye, my friend.